Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim, and this is the Saturday Morning Circus, where I try to find some horror clown movies, watch them, and do a little review. And I'm on a real bad streak, but I thought this movie was going to be the one. This had everything that I was looking for in a horror clown slasher. I mean, the title alone, Coulrophobia. I literally use that in my description of this playlist. Coulrophobia is the word used to describe fear of clowns. Fear of clowns. Clowns, plural, meaning multiple clowns, should be in this movie. Coulrophobia, also terror trip. Coulrophobia, terror trip. 2017, hour and 25 minutes, 2.3 star rating on IMDb. So the movie is an on-the-run, twisted family of circus performers live in the remote Scottish Highlands, miles away from civilization, when a team of kick-ass roller derby girls go camping just a bit too close to them. All hell breaks loose. This was written by Warren Speed, was directed by Lee Bibby and Warren Speed. There's a lot of actors and actresses in there, none of which have actual pictures on their IMDb listing, but some of the character names, I'm not going to tell you the actors and actresses' names, but the family on the run, the circus performers, we have Twitch, Gronk, Grock, Celeste Grock, Gretchen Grock, Milo Grock, Rupert Grock, and then we have Betty Grock. Betty Grock was also a character. And then we have the daring derby girls, the roller derby girls, who had a very overused, annoying background theme song. We have Brody Doll, Stacked Rack, and she was, Sister Vicious, Candy Crusher, Manya Fender, Miss G. Vias, Tenacious Lee, Axel Pose, Glitterball Crunch, and then we have a couple of lost festival goers, because they're in such remote Scottish Highlands that there was a festival near enough by that they got lost and found their way to the Grock. I keep wanting to add an N into this. The Gronk family little tent camp. So it starts right off with, some action, which would be those two lost festival goers. Immediately I could tell I was going to be annoyed by the family. They just were not, they weren't clown enough, but they were definitely overacting the lunatic angle. It was very overplayed. There was a jester who was just so treacherous to watch. So we get their whole little we get introduced to all that family. Then we go to the roller derby girls, and then there's like a scene with them in a locker room. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to show boobs. This is going to be the redemption of this movie. This is going to be what carries me through the rest of this movie, is they're going to give us boob. And they don't. it's like the biggest missed opportunity. Like, they're changing. We get no boobs. And this is the kind of movie that you would expect, some full frontal nudity. And then there's like narration from a character who is an ex-clown and has a brother who is a clown, and he's deformed in real life, so I guess they were kind of capitalizing on that. And he had a beautiful wife who was, who is going to be, was a derby girl. But man, what a treacherously long movie. It was so bad that I actually painted my nails during it. I stopped writing notes. I would like to say that there was like some good kills, but a lot of the kills were very fast and very, very easy to tell that they were using props, or they weren't even showing the kill at all. If there was a stab scene, you didn't get to see the knife going in. You got to see, this part of it and the person's face going, oh, and then the stab wound would be here, but way over here would be a squirt of blood coming out, like from just off camera. Really bad. Really, really bad. And there was a lot of fake blood. There's a lot of knives, guns, grinders. There's one of the circus guys that's got that metal belt with the block. And he takes the grinder to it and he gets it sparks. And like, that's a real circus thing, a real circus thing, carnival thing. So I'm guessing that the actors that were the circus family were possibly actual carnival carnies, or whatever they're called. And the derby girls were most likely actual roller derby people, women, girls, ladies of the derby. This can be found, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, this can be found for free all over. Roku, Vudu, Tubi. I watched it on Vudu, and I was very happy every time there was a commercial that came on. And typically I'm not. I'll get into a movie if I'm watching it on Tubi or Vudu and it's got a commercial. I get annoyed by that, but not this time. Even the Christmas commercials. And I hate Christmas. The Christmas commercials were even a relief from the pain my eyes and my brain were having from watching this movie. There was so much screaming, so much annoying screaming, and there was dick ripping and dick suturing. So at one point, somebody had to have their dick sutured, sewn back together. They didn't show it, but they show that they're doing it. You know how you pull the string and you go back down in, but you don't get to. It would be like me going. I wouldn't need much string, or whatever they call that stuff. So I do not recommend Coulrophobia 2017 Terror Trip. There was a previous movie by the same name, minus the Terror Trip, Coulrophobia. Maybe I'll entertain the idea. I think it's a 2015 film. Maybe I'll look at it. Maybe it's a better story and this was a sequel that didn't go well. Again, 2.3 star rating on IMDb. I am not going to defend that rating, and I'm going to say it's too high. It's too high. And I don't ever say that. It's too high. But my quest for a real good clown movie, it's still on. I'll find it, and I'm going to bring it to you on the Saturday Morning Circus.